October 8th. I'm sharing a dream that I had this morning. It's another dream about a violent brewing storm. I'm having a lot of dreams about crazy storms coming, and that's exactly what I was dreaming about right before coronavirus started. In this dream, it started out where I was driving a huge bus, like a city bus, through city neighborhood streets. I think the bus symbolizes either just life in general or my spiritual life. And I think just the city streets is symbolizing the world. So this bus that I was driving was a pretty heavy duty bus. And you guys, I'm just kind of like a pipsqueak. I'm 5'1" with my shoes on, and I won't even drive my husband's truck because I feel like I'm driving a boat. So, like, for me to be driving this huge honkin' bus in this dream, it was like driving a boat, but I was doing pretty well with controlling it, which was surprising to me because I have a lot of those recurring dreams that I know a lot of people have during like times in their life where they're struggling, where I'm driving my car and the brakes aren't working and I'm like going squirrely and I'm struggling to keep it in the lines. But in this dream, I was driving this huge bus and I was doing pretty well at controlling it. I wasn't struggling at all. I was just holding my own with this bus. And so I'm maneuvering through the city streets, and as I'm driving on the sides of the streets, like up against the buildings beside the sidewalk, was a group of men. They were in all dark clothing and they started throwing out like explosives or fireworks out into the streets of the vehicles that were passing by. It was like an attack that they were doing on people just driving by. And so here I am in this bus, and they're getting ready to throw a firework or whatever. It was like dynamite or something that they were throwing. So I'm like having to like duck or like speed the bus up to try and divert the attack. And they were doing something else. I don't remember exactly what was going on, but I remember something. They were wrapped up in something regarding drugs and guns, like rifles, like assault weapons or something, I guess. That's all I remember about that part because the scene switched to where I was standing in front of my childhood home where my parents live. And so I'm standing out front and I'm looking at the sky, like in the background beyond their house. And there is a crazy storm brewing, like extremely, extremely violent. I knew this storm was going to be so powerful and destructive and dangerous that I was just standing there looking up at it and I was thinking, oh crap, this is going to be a crazy storm. And the sky was purple and there was purple lightning. And in fact, this storm was so violent that it kept glitching out the sky. Like when the lightning would flash, it would like glitch, like it would like flash, flash, flash. It was like dubbing out or something. Imagine if you were watching this storm on your TV and the lightning flashed. Normally, the lightning would flash and then it would go dark. But when it flashed, it would like just freeze up and just start like just glitching over and over and over and just flashing. And it was almost like the storm was too powerful for the sky to handle it. It was like the atmosphere and the sky just could not support the strength and violence and power behind this brewing storm. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be really bad. So I run into my parents' house, and it's my mom, my dad, my sister, and there is a girl in there with them who, when we were little, she was not our friend, but she was like a frenemy. She was a bully. She would not let us play with any of her toys. I remember like she would not let me touch her Barbies. She's like, you can't play with that. That's mine. And I'm like, okay. She would like always tell me to just like sit in the living room chair and not touch anything. And so she was closer with my sister, and I was just kind of like a tag along all the time. But she was very mean and very rude and selfish, and she was a bully. And in real life, we have seen her in and out of the news headlines a lot, just locally, because she's in and out of prison for drugs and like financial things. So I think in the dream, she just symbolizes the enemy. Her name in real life is Kara, Kara. But you guys, I'm not one of those people that thinks every single person in a dream, their name has some sort of encoded meaning or something like that. But that's just me. Um, because for me in the dream, Kara, I think she was just symbolizing the enemy. I don't think there was anything major about her name or anything like that. I could be wrong, but I don't even know the meaning of her name because God knows that whenever I have a dream about people, I don't look up name meanings or their birthdays or numbers. I just don't go too crazy with things like that. I interpret my dreams by whatever that person means to me in the dream. So I think she represents Satan in this dream. So I bust in through the doors and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, you're not going to believe the storm that's brewing in your own backyard behind the house. It's crazy. It's violent. The sky is purple. The lightning is purple. It's going to be really, really, really bad. And do you guys remember, I think it was back during the spring, when I was sharing with you guys that whenever I will try to warn somebody around me or make a video sharing a warning dream or something to come, whenever I was doing that, every single time somebody would just start talking over me, they would just shut me down, or like a truck would drive by, and just all this off the wall stuff started happening where my voice, the sound of my voice was just completely drowned out, and nobody even knew that I was speaking in the first place. So it wasn't like people were being rude and just ignoring me. Whenever I would just start to speak, it was something would happen where there was a loud bang or a crashing sound or a phone call where literally I would still be talking, but nobody could hear me. That's what happened in this dream at this point because I'm like, warning, warning, there's a storm coming, you guys, it's bad. As soon as I start saying that, Kara starts talking to everybody in the room and distracting them with whatever it was that she was saying. I don't remember what she was saying, but she had their full attention. And I'm like having to like fight for the attention of these people. And I'm like, excuse me, I'm like trying to, say something here. And it was almost like their eyes started to look towards me like, huh? But then Kara would start speaking again and automatically their attention was diverted right back over to her. And it was like she was purposely like trying to be the center of attention and keep their attention on her. So again, she's symbolic of Satan. Whenever you try to put a warning out that God's showing you something's coming, Satan always seems to throw a monkey wrench in and just totally screw up what you're trying to say and how you're trying to do it, and everybody just goes off and is distracted by something going on, and I just can never seem to get the words out of my mouth or whatever. So that's what she was doing. And that's when I woke up. So I just wanted to document this on my channel because right before Corona started, I was having dream after dream of crazy violent storms. I think I shared about a week and a half ago, I had that dream of seeing a storm brewing that was insanely angry. The sky was red. There were boulders and rocks flying off of the mountainside and falling into the road and blocking the road and killing people. And in this dream, I could see another storm brewing, but the sky was purple with, just crazy lightning. And it was so violent that, like I said, the sky could not physically support the power that this storm had, and it was like glitching out the sky or something. It was just, it couldn't be tolerated. It was so dangerous. So I know there's something coming again. I know there's been a lot of talk about a second wave of the virus. There's been a lot of talk about the virus mutating and being more easily transmitted than before. I don't know if this storm is regarding elections, political things. Maybe it's just symbolizing the Great Tribulation period that's coming. I don't know specifically what these storms brewing are pointing to, but it's exactly the same way that I was dreaming just before coronavirus started. So I don't know. Take it to the Lord. And that's all I have for now. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.